The Descent. Summary. It is evening of the first day, Friday. Dante is following Virgil and finds himself tired and despairing. How can he be worthy of such a vision as Virgil has described? He hesitates and seems about to abandon his first purpose. To comfort him, Virgil explains how Beatrice descended to him in limbo and told him of her concern for Dante. It is she, the symbol of divine love, who sends Virgil to lead Dante from error. She has come into hell itself on this errand, for Dante cannot come to divine love unaided. Reason must lead him. Moreover, Beatrice has been sent with the prayers of the Virgin Mary, compassion, and of Saint Lucia, divine light. Rachel, the contemplative life, also figures in the heavenly scene which Virgil recounts. Virgil explains all this and reproaches Dante. How can he hesitate longer when such heavenly powers are concerned for him? And Virgil himself has promised to lead him safely. Dante understands at once that such forces cannot fail him, and his spirits rise in joyous anticipation. The light was departing. The brown air drew down all the earth's creatures, calling them to rest from their day roving, as I, one man alone, prepared myself to face the double war of the journey and the pity, which memory shall here set down, nor hesitate, nor err. O Muses, O high genius, be my aid. O memory, recorder of the vision, here shall your true nobility be displayed. Thus I began. Poet, you who must guide me before you trust me to that arduous passage, look to me and look through me. Can I be worthy? You sang how the father of Silvius, while still in corruptible flesh, won to that other world, crossing with mortal sense the immortal sill. But if the adversary of all evil, weighing his consequence and who and what should issue from him, treated him so well, that cannot seem unfitting to thinking men, since he was chosen father of Mother Rome, and of her empire by God's will and token. Both, to speak strictly, were founded and foreknown as the established seat of holiness for the successors of great Peter's throne. In that quest, which your verses celebrate, he learned those mysteries from which arose his victory and Rome's apostolate. There later came the chosen vessel, Paul, bearing the confirmation of that faith, which is the one true door to life eternal. But I? How should I dare? By whose permission? I am not Aeneas. I am not Paul. Who could believe me worthy of that vision? How, then, may I presume to this high quest, and not fear my own brashness? You are wise and will grasp what my poor words can but suggest. As one who unwills what he wills, will stay strong purposes with feeble second thoughts until he spells all his first zeal away, so I hung back and balked on that dim coast till thinking had worn out my enterprise, so stout at starting and so early lost. I understand from your words and the look in your eyes, that shadow of magnificence answered me. Your soul is sunken in that cowardice that bears down many men, turning their course and resolution by imagined perils, as his own shadow turns the frightened horse. To free you of this dread, I will tell you all of why I came to you, and what I heard when first I pitied you. I was a soul among the souls of limbo, when a lady so blessed and so beautiful, I prayed her to order and command my will, called to me. Her eyes were kindled from the lamps of heaven. Her voice reached through me, tender, sweet, and low, an angel's voice, a music of its own. O gracious Mantuan, whose melodies live in earth's memories, and shall live on till the last motion ceases in the skies, my dearest friend and fortune's foe has strayed onto a friendless shore and stands beset by such distresses that he turns afraid from the true way, and news of him in heaven rumors my dread he is already lost. I come afraid that I am too late risen. Fly to him, and with your high counsel pity, and with whatever need be for his good and soul's salvation, help him and solace me. It is I, Beatrice, who send you to him. I come from the blessed height for which I yearn. Love called me here. When amid seraphim I stand again before my Lord, your praises shall sound in heaven. She paused, and I began. O Lady of that only grace that raises feeble mankind within its mortal cycle above all other works God's will has placed within the heaven of the smallest circle, so welcome is your command that to my sense, were it already fulfilled, it would yet seem tardy. I understand and am all obedience. But tell me how you dare to venture thus so far from the wide heaven of your joy, to which your thoughts yearn back from this abyss. Since what you ask, she answered me, probes near the root of all, I will say briefly only how I have come through hell's pit without fear. Know then, O waiting and compassionate soul, that is to fear which has the power to harm, and nothing else is fearful even in hell. I am so made by God's all-seeing mercy, your anguish does not touch me, and the flame of this great burning has no power upon me. There is a lady in heaven so concerned for him I send you to, that for her sake the strict decree is broken. She has turned and called Lucia to her wish and mercy, saying, Thy faithful one is sorely pressed. In his distress I commend him to thee. Lucia, that soul of light and foe of all cruelty, rose and came to me at once, where I was sitting with the ancient Rachel, saying to me, Beatrice, true praise of God, why dost thou not help him who loved thee so, that for thy sake he left the vulgar crowd? Dost thou not hear his cries? Canst thou not see the death he wrestles with beside that river no ocean can surpass for rage and fury? No soul of earth has ever as rapt to seek its good or flee its injury as I was, when I had heard my sweet Lucia speak. To descend from heaven and my blessed seat to you, laying my trust in that high speech that honors you and all who honor it. She spoke and turned away to hide a tear that, shining, urged me faster. So I came and freed you from the beast that drove you there, blocking the near way to the heavenly height. And now what ails you? Why do you lag? Why this heartsick hesitation and pale fright, when the three such blessed ladies lean from heaven in their concern for you, and my own pledge of the great good that waits you has been given? As flowerlets, drooped and puckered in the night, turn up to the returning sun and spread their petals wide on his new warmth and light, just so my wilted spirits rose again, and such a heat of zeal surged through my veins that I was born anew. Thus I began, Blessed be that lady of infinite pity, and blessed be thy taxed and courteous spirit that came so promptly on the word she gave thee. Thy words have moved my heart to its first purpose. My guide, my Lord, my Master. Now lead on. One will shall serve the two of us in this. He turned when I had spoken, and at his back I entered on that hard and perilous track. Canto 2 notes. Lines 13 through 30, Aeneas and the founding of Rome. Here is a fair example of the way in which Dante absorbed pagan themes into his Catholicism. According to Virgil, Aeneas is the son of mortal Anchises and of Venus. Venus, in her son's interest, secures a prophecy and a promise from Jove to the effect that Aeneas is to found a royal line that shall rule the world. After the burning of Troy, Aeneas is directed by various signs to sail from the Latian lands, Italy, where his destiny awaits him. After much misadventures, he is compelled, like Dante, to descend to the underworld of the dead. There he finds his father's shade, and there he is shown the shades of the great kings that are to stem from him. Among them are Romulus, Julius Caesar, and Augustus Caesar. The full glory of the Roman Empire is also foreshadowed to him. Dante, however, continues the Virgilian theme and includes in the predestination not only the Roman Empire, but the Holy Roman Empire and its church. Thus, what Virgil presented as an arrangement of Jove, a concession to the son of Venus, becomes part of the divine scheme of the Catholic God, and Aeneas is cast as a direct forerunner of Peter and Paul. Line 13. Father of Silvius refers to Aeneas. Lines 51 and 52. I was a soul among the souls in limbo. See Canto 4, lines 31 to 45, where Virgil explains his state in hell. Line 78. The heaven of the smallest circle is the moon. Heaven here is used in its astronomical sense. All within that circle is the earth. According to the Ptolemaic system, the earth was the center of creation and was surrounded by 9 heavenly spheres, 9 heavens, concentrically placed around it. The moon was the first of these and therefore the smallest. A cross section of this universe could be represented by drawing 9 concentric circles at varying distances about the earth as a center. Going outward from the center, these circles would indicate in order the spheres of the moon, Mercury, Venus, the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, the fixed stars, and the primum mobile. Beyond the primum mobile lies the empyrean. Line 97, Lucia. Allegorically, she represents divine light. Her name in Italian inevitably suggests luce, light, and she is the patron saint of eyesight. By a process quite common in medieval religion, the special powers attributed to Lucia seem to have been suggested by her name rather than her history. In France, by a similar process, Saint Clare is the patroness of sight. Line 102, Rachel represents the contemplative life. A note on thee and thou. Except for the quotations from the Souls in Heaven and for Dante's fervent declamation to Virgil, I have insisted on you as the preferable pronoun form. I have used thee and thou in these cases with the idea that they might help to indicate the extraordinary elevation of the speakers and of the persons addressed.